So guys, uh, let's continue. Sorry for that. I have a break in the network, so I'll fix that. So I told you guys that we are going to be having a breakdown, a last zone at this particular zone, and it spike up to this level, which reach this particular zone, and it spike up to this level, and it set down to this level. It spike up, and before it reach this particular spot, which happens to be our rejection zone, and we reject it back up to this particular level. I told you guys that we are going to be identify all the reject zone like this. We have one here, we have two, we have three, we have four, we have five, and we have this six. This particular level, we have this side. So we are going to be marking out this particular zone out every time. We are going to be mark that out. So we identify this one out, which is the line that we draw here, and we identify this particular zone out, and we identify this particular zone out. So you know that if this particular trade now is coming on a downtrend, to reach this particular zone, so it is likely for it to spike at this level. If it doesn't spike at this level, it's going to spike at this level, and it's going to reject it back at this level. And if it doesn't stop at this level and you keep on selling down up to this particular moment, it's going to take up a buy, it's going to spike at this level. And if it doesn't spike at this level, it's going to spike at this level. So all this level that we identify has become our support area, which we have to be look at, which we have to identify very well. And you see, we have identified that particular zone, and we identify this zone too. We identify this particular also. We identify this, and we identify this. So that is how we have done it on 1 hour time frames. Then we move to our little time minutes frames, which is 30 minutes time frames. So we move to 30-minute time frames to check what we have there and how we can achieve our charts. Sorry for the network. You see now we have the clear charts on 30-minute time frames. You see that particular chart identified to us that we have our level at this particular zone, and they spike up to this level, and they keep on selling down to this level, and they spike up to this level. It's set back to this level. You see, we mark it and we identify it, and it also affect this particular zone, which serve as our reject area. So we mark that particular side too, and we also check this particular side, which we also mark, which is our rejection zone. It rejects it back on a set trend. You see the markets keep on zigzag now because it want to break out the zone. You see there is already a breakout here. You see it spike up, and it break it down to this particular level. So you see we identify that particular zone, and it's keep on selling in between the upper rejects and the support level. You see we have the two support now. The market is keeping on moving between the support zone, keep on moving between the support zone. You see what we need to mark at this particular area now is to mark this particular zone, because it serves as our rejection zone here. You see that it serves as our rejection zone, and we already have our area here that we know that this particular trade is either when it gets to this particular place, it is 100% that is going to what is going to spike up. You see it's going to spike up. Then what do we need to do? What we do we need to do? What we only need to do is only take your trade at this particular spot. So all the market that is coming at this particular spot, you take it like this. When you take your entry from this level, is going to respect that particular zone. And also the same thing happen here when you take it at this particular zone. You know this is 30-minute time frame, so you have to draw up your analysis again. to check the confirmation of the what of the market. You see we have another entry at this particular side. So you allow the market to move on its own direction before you what to analyze that particular trade. So you see this particular side also. Let's check it out. Let's check what we have at this zone. See you see that. So we are having this like this. So the market keep on moving on the uptrend to this level and it sell down to this particular level. And what do you see next is spiking up. It spike up a little bit because it is likely now, according to our analysis, we know that if we are having a box like this, if we are having our arrow on a downward trend, is either the what the market spike up on the uptrend, which move on the what on the uptrend at this level. You see that the market do what? It break the entry, it break this level, and it what it keep on spiking up on the what on the uptrend. You see that it keep on spiking up on the uptrend. You see when it break out this particular first nine, it break it out to this level. You wait for the market to what for you to identify and see how the market is moving. You know, when it break it out, it move between this particular support level and this particular support level. You see, it keep on spiking in the middle of that two area. And when it keep on spiking between the two, it keep on spiking, and that is where you can easily identify your what your trend line. So for this particular side now, you see we can easily identify our what our trend line through the use of this. So you can easily identify it. When you identify it, you know where the next market is what is moving. So you see using the trend line is very important in every trade you take. You just make sure that you reach that end part of the level, and when you reach end part of the level you keep on checking up the market. You see now it reached this particular down and it sell down to this entry. It reach up, it spike up to this level, and it's what it set down to this level. Before you know it, it break out the entry here, and it spike up to a to a bigger side. So it keep on selling down, it keep on selling down before it take up a long spike. You see that it before it take up a long spike. So what is our next market now? We know that this area we don't have anything at this particular side. We don't have any previous market at this side that can give us a support zone. But don't forget you already have one support zone here that identify the level at which the market currently now is what is moving. So what do you do at this level now? You identify your support zone and you identify your up support zone, which which help you to know the movement of the market. You see the market currently now we are having a downtrend. You see it's moving on a downtrend from the uptrend here. After it has sparked for some hours, it keep on weak, and it keep on selling down. Yeah, that's one thing about boom 1000. When it keep on spiking for some hours, it reverse back by by selling for some times before it gain its power back. So what do we do now? Do it what we need to do is to identify this particular zone. We need to identify all the weak areas and the weak points that we see there. So let's check if we are able to to draw out our our trend line. Maybe we can identify to fix our trend line to somewhere. Let's see that we see we have our rejection zone at this particular zone. We have it there and we have it at this particular side. You see. So what are we going to do now? We are going to link the three together so that we can have an accurate market. You see, we are going to be linking the three together. We are going to be link everything together. You see now, at this particular zone, before it take up a uptrend here, it try to try to reduce the strength of the market at this level, but it regain the strength and it keep on spiking up to this level before it take up a downtrend. You already see that this market now is already giving us a reverse back because there's something that he has to what he has to break up at this level. So let's try to find another weak point at this area. We have another weak point here. We have another reverse area here. Don't forget we are on 30-minute time frames. And I'm going to go to I'm still going to check it out on 1 hour time frames for you to identify how it look like. So we have our rejection zone here, and we also have our rejection zone at this particular level. So let's try to match everything together to see what it really give us. You see, uh let me mark that. Let me mark this up together. Let me first mark the three together to first see how it works. Okay. So we are joining them together to see how the market keep on moving. Yes, you see that. You see, we have successfully linked the three together, and what we can see here is we have a uptrend at this level, and they keep on spiking up at this side. It keep on selling up down. When it reach this particular level, it spike up, and it keep on selling down to this level, and it spike up and it keep on selling down until it reach this particular level. But you notice that when it reach this particular level, what happened? It spike more little bit. So what is the movement of the market currently now? So we have two things for the market to do. Is either the market break up this particular zone, is either the market break up this particular zone, or it move directly back to the what to the trend. See, or it's either it move directly back to the market. You see, it's either the market break up the what the trend, or it's move directly back to the support level. So if it move back to the support level, it means we are still going to wait for it to respect this particular zone. If there's no any breakout here, then we know that the market is still going on a uptrend. But if there's any breakout here, we know that the market is coming down to this particular area. You see that? It keep on what? It keep on spiking up. So let's see, this is going to take some hours for us to confirm the next move of the market. It's going to take us some time for us to identify this particular zone. So what you are going to be checking up now next is, let me check it out on our 5 minute time frames. On our 5 minute time frames, let's check it out on our 5 minute time frames. And I'm going to go back to 1 hour time frames for us to identify that particular zone. So let me go back to where we start our charts for you to have the clear view on how this really works. Let me show you. Okay. You see now, we have our chart at this particular level, which we have drawn in 1 hour time frames. If you are just joining the channel, please kindly listen again. You see, this particular level is our identification. We identify it when we know that the market is on a what is on a uptrend. You see, the market keep on moving on a uptrend up to this level. You see, on this level now, it's give us another entry that is going to be right with this particular level. It's going to be right with this particular level. So we identify this. There's a rejection zone at this particular zone. It rejects it to this zone. When it rejects it to this zone, it spike it up to here, this particular side, and it's break it down here. We have another rejection zone at this particular level, which you need to mark it out when there is a spike up there. You need to mark this particular side out. You need to mark this particular side out. And when you mark that out, you have your another support zone. And this one now, we have two support zone now. So we have the market keep on spiking to this particular level, and from this particular level we have a rejection zone here. It's rejected back to this level, and when it rejects it back to this level, the market would not have the enough strength to spike up again. Then the only thing that it can do is to break out, is to what? Is to cause a breakout. You see, it caused a breakout from this particular line. So that's why it keep on giving us a what? A zigzag trade. A zigzag trade before it gave enough strength. When the market is moving on the up and on a zigzag level, you know there's a particular level that is going to what? Is going to gain a strength. You see, it move on a what? It move on a what? On a zigzag before it gain its strength and it spike up to this particular level. When it spike up to this particular level, you also identify it as your support level before it rejects it back to this level. You see that? So when it rejects it to this level, you know there's already a support zone at this level. It take it up and it spike it up to this trend. So you see, it's either it break this particular zone, or this particular zone it respect this particular zone and push back the market. So it keep on it keep on respecting this particular zone and this particular support level. You see that it keep on respecting it, and it did not have enough strength to take that break out. It keep on moving on the uptrend. You see, now we have another trade at this particular side that identify that the market is giving us a downtrend at this level. So we can easily identify our rejection zone, our reject zone, which we have did here. We see we have our three rejection zone at this side. We have 1, 2, and we have 3 here. So at this particular side, we have 1, we have 2, and we have 3 here. So what do we need to do? We need to mark the 3 together. You need to find a 9 like this. You see, like this. Any 9 from here, you can use it. Anything, you can use it to join the 3 together for you to have a clear chart on how it really works. So what do you do now at this particular level? So what you need to do is for you to mark that 3 rejection zone out. You see, there is a 1 here. You mark it out. You see, it's aligned with the first support level. You see that it aligned with the first support level, and you mark the second one, and you also mark. You see there is a breakout here. You see there is a breakout here. So there's no need for you to mark this particular zone because the market break it out. So another zone that you need to mark out is this particular zone. You need to mark it out because any trade that get to that particular level can find a reject zone. You see, from this level now, when the market get to this, when it spike up this level, it reach this particular level and it push back before it gain enough strength to break the trend. You see that? So you mark this particular zone, and also you don't need to mark this. So what do you do at this downside area? You need to mark this area too. You need to mark this area. You need to mark this area, which because there's still some trade that will get to that particular spot, and they will surely do what? They will surely push back. You see, these are some great techniques that I used to use when I am trading. You see, I mark this particular zone because I can identify a new beginning from this zone. So you see now we are having a rejection zone at this level. You see the markets keep on selling and it spike up to this level before gaining enough strength to sell up down. So what we are having now, it sell down the trade and they keep on moving again until we have, you see there's another rejection zone here because of what? Because we have already identified that particular zone. So you know that any trade that you want to take now, if is about to get to this particular line, you know that anything can happen. There might be pushback. The market might push back the trade. You see that? So you also need to mark this level also because it is very important for you to mark them. It is very, very important for you to mark them out because that is our support area, because a rejection always happen when a trade get to that particular spot. You see, we see if we mark it up down here, and you see if we look it very well, you see that we have a lot of rejection also on that particular zone. So these are the area that markets get to, and they keep on spiking up, and what they keep on spiking. They keep on spiking for us to identify each particular zone. So you see we mark that particular zone down and we check it out. So another last zone that we need to mark out is this particular zone. You see, we need to mark this particular zone because it has caused our it's also rejects on that particular zone. And if you also check your trade very well, you will see that we have some trade that fall to that particular area. We have some trade that fall on that particular area. So let me mark it for you guys to see. You see, on this particular zone now, we have a rejection from this particular zone. So if you are trading a market and you can easily identify all this particular zone, it will be very easy for you to check up the trade, and for you to what to see how good you are in taking your profits, because it's going to help you a lot. You know that anything can happen from this particular spot. You see, it's break it out from here, and when it spike it up again, it reached that particular zone. It did not spike it up again. It reached from this particular support zone and keep on selling it down up to this level. You see, when it gets to this particular level, when it keep on spiking, it break this level, and when it break it, it sell it down back to this side, and it take a before taking a long spike. You see, so these are the things that you need to identify when you are taking up a trade. This is what we are trying to clear out in our chart. But when the particular trade spike up to give us a large line like this, we are having a large line like this. You see, we are having a line like this. You see, this serve as another support zone for another trade. So you need to remember that this one also serve another support. We have two on ground now. When you mark that two particular zone, you will see that you have some trade that fall on that particular side. You already know where the market is going to reach before the market gets to that particular spot. You see, you're going to know where that particular trade is going to reach. You see now, when the market keep on gaining the strength to keep on spiking and it reach this particular zone, when it break it out, you already know that this market is going up on a long trend. You see that? So when you identify that particular zone, you identify this particular zone too, this which help us to identify this breakout and this breakout. You see, we could able to identify these two breakout. So when we get that, you also need to identify this particular zone, because when the trade is also coming down, it's going to have a reflection on this particular spot, which we have already marked at the back at this side. So it's help us to identify this zone, because you see, we mark it from the market at the back here, and we could able to identify it when we get here. So these are the things that is going to help you guys when you are trading your market. It's going to help you a lot. So if you can read this market now, you already have this support zone, this pull up back zone at the first chart that you have joined. So you know that this market is going to spike up on this level. So you see the market keep on spiking. It gets to this particular place, and it rejected small and keep on spiking. It get to this particular zone, it rejected small and keep on spiking. You see that it rejected small and keep on spiking. So it keep on spiking, respect this particular zone small, and it keep on spiking. So it take up to this particular trade, and it form out another line for us. You see now we have a rejection zone here, which you need to mark out. When you have that particular zone out, you need to mark it out. You see, I told you guys that the trade now is either the trade to respect this particular zone back, or the rest it what or it's break the line. But let's see what the market is doing currently. So you guys, you see, it's what is certain here that there's going to be a pushback here. It's trying to gain the strength by zigzag again, and before it take up a strong spike up. So it's set down to this particular zone. With this particular zone, you need to mark it out, because you can easily identify this zone. We have the one, we have two, we have three at this level. You see, we have four at this level. So you see, when it gets to the four, you see there's a pushback there, because it respect what we have identify here. So let me identify that out. So we have the first one, which we have identified here. We have the second one at this particular zone. You see, let's identify that very well. So we have the second one at this particular zone. You see, the second one is exactly what the market is respecting this moment. The market is keeping on selling down, selling down. So let's check the next one. So we have another one at this level. We have another one at this level. We have another one at this level now. So we have another one at this level. So this is another one. Yes, we have another one at this level also. So I told you guys that the trade is either the trade come down or it keep on what? It keep on respecting that particular level. You see now, so we have another one here, which is this particular line. So we have identified that before. So let's check what the market is going to do now. So currently now the market is going to what? Is going to come down. Is it that the market is going to what? Is going to come down to this particular zone and what? And keep on spiking, or it break this particular zone. When it break this particular zone, it keep on selling down to this zone. And it keep on what? It keep on selling down if the market is going to respect this particular line. See, so with you getting this analysis very well now, you can draw up you can draw up your what your analysis and get your accurate market. So now currently now I know that this market now when it keep on selling down, I know before it can keep on spiking this moment now, it might reach this particular side. If it doesn't reach this particular side, which is the support zone that I've identified, you see these are the weak support zone on the 9. So it might get to this particular zone and keep on spiking. You see that it spike up to this particular level. It might spike it up to gain another strength, or it take it up on the what? On the uptrend to what? To reach this particular level. When it reach this particular level, it keep on what? It keep on selling down. Keep on selling down. You see, that is exactly what I told you guys about the market. But don't forget, the market is still respecting from this particular zone to this particular zone. There's no yet any breakout. So if you can take up your trade from this support level now, you can also take it up to this particular level. You see, the trade is just going to be like zigzag, 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 zigzag in a bigger way till it have its own way of what? Of breakout. Is either it go on a downtrend or it goes on a what? On a uptrend. You see, that's exactly what the market is going to do for you. So let's go back to our 1 hour where we start and check out how our trade is. So let's check out our 1 hour time frames. So yes, this is 1 hour time frames. This is our 1 hour time frame. So this is how exactly your chart will be on 1 hour time frames. When you identify your technical analysis finish, this is how it's going to be like on 1 hour time frame. So what are you going to do in 1 hour time frames? What you are going to be doing in 1 hour time frames is very simple. So you only need to identify the upper the highest rejecting zone and the lowest rejecting zone. That is exactly what you are going to be doing. So I've explained to you the current market on board. So let's do this particular side and let's see how it really works. So for you guys that are just joining us, so let's check this out. You see, this particular zone is a what? Is a support? Is a what? Is a rejection zone. You see, we have the rejection zone at this level. We have another one at this level. We have another one at this level. And if you check this particular zone, the markets do what? Try to break out this level, and it's what? It gets it successfully and it break it down to this level. So what I'm going to do now is to first identify my uptrend market that we have at this level. You first identify it. When you identify it, you are going to be having your what? Your you're going to be having your uptrend at this level. You see, you could able to identify this particular spot, this spot, and this spot, this spot, and you can able to identify this spot also. You see that? So when you are able to identify that, then let's have the first three look that we see here. So we are going to identify those one too. We are going to identify those one too. So where you are having this particular spot, so you see, we are having this chart. So we are going to be joining them together on the market. You see, we have this, and we have the last one at this side. You see, the market is wide enough for us to see. It's wide enough for us to see. It's wide enough for us to see. So let me zoom it out so that you guys can see it very clear. So what are we going to do now? What are we going to do? What we need to do is to identify our weak areas and our strength areas. So what are our weak areas? You see, we have a rejection of zone here. We have a rejection of zone at this particular side. So what are we going to do? We are going to be marking out our areas out. You see, so number one, now we are marking the first area out. So we have the first areas at this particular level, which I told you guys this level. So we're going to be checking out the others also. We're going to be checking others. See, we have another rejection zone at this level. You see, this rejection zone is where you are going to be having some support level. You see, some trade are going to get to that particular level and they are going to be respecting it. You see, from this particular zone, you can able to identify maybe there is going to be a rejection here or there is going to be a rejection at this particular side. You see, a rejection here, a rejection here, a rejection here. You see the market keep on what? Keep on selling down. You take a entry here. If you even if you can easily identify it that this particular zone is forming a what? A two line, two parallel line trade. You see, it keep on selling down, selling down, selling down, selling down, selling down, up and down here on the zigzag level, and before it gave enough strength to break out this particular zone. You see, it break it out, and you already know that this market, once it break it out, you already know that there is a what? There is a downtrend market. You see, a lot of people always believe that when the market is going like this, is either it's going to what? It's going to take a what? A uptrend. You see, it already give us a what? A weak area at this particular zone. It already give us a weak area at this particular zone. So it give us this weak area. You already know before the market get to this particular side that the market is going on a what? On a downward trend. Or it's going on a downward trend. You see that? So when the market keep on selling down, it keep on what? It keep on selling to this particular side. So I told you guys to first mark your areas out. You mark your one area, your first area there, you mark your area here, you mark your area here, you mark this one, and you mark this particular spot. So let me mark it for you guys to see. So this is exactly how you are going to be taking up your trade. You see, it's going to help you a lot because it's going to identify those weak area that spike might catch you, or where you think you can take up your sell, and where you think that you can easily enter the market without taking any risk. You see now, you see. So this particular market now, it keep on what? It keep on selling down at this particular level. You see, it did not break this level. You already know that this market is not going on a what? On a uptrend. It's not going on a uptrend. It's going on a downward trend. You see, it's going on a downward trend. It break this support level. It break this support level. You already know that this market is on a what? On a downward trend. Immediately you enter this particular level now, you can enter your market on a downward trend, and you can take up your market to this particular level and exit your market. Remember, this is 1 hour time frames. When you enter your market at this level and you exist at this level, you know how many amount of dollar that you have make with this, and how many amount of dollar that you have make with this. So you can keep on, you see, it's reach out at this particular level also, and it keep on selling now. You see, is either the market, I told you guys before that, immediately the market break this particular entry, what is going to happen until it reach this particular zone? It will not stop. You see, the market keep on what? Keep on zigzag at this level. It was trying to convince you guys that there's going to be a breakout which is going to spike up, but no. The market keep on what? Respecting that particular level until it reach this particular level. You see, until it reach this particular level is what? It spike up little bit. It even break this support. When it break this support, it's trying to give his what? Is trying to give enough strength to what? To put it up backs. But again, it's, you see, it put it up backs. So you already see that. So you could able to identify the first, second, third, fourth, and the fifth area. And also let's check our this now. Maybe we can able to, you see there's another rejection zone which you need to what you identify here. So let's check, maybe we can identify that. Let's identify it, because we will surely need that particular area too. So you see, it is because of this particular level. If this market break this level and it keep on selling down up to this, we already know that this particular zone is going to be the zone. Maybe it's going to what? It's going to spike back or not. So let's check, let's keep on checking up the market. You see there's another rejection, there's another what? Another uptrend at this level. So anytime you are seeing an uptrend at this level, what do you need to do when there is a support level and you see an uptrend? You only need to what? To identify your what? Your area. You need to identify your areas, identify your what? Mark your three areas that what? That joins together, for you to see. You see, mark those areas that you can easily identify on your what? From that support level. You see, from that support level. You see, it already have your support level here, and what you are going to be looking at is those areas that you can easily identify. You see, so I told you guys that you need to mark those areas out. You need to mark it out. You need to mark it out. You see, the first area you need to mark out is this particular zone. You see, when you check this particular zone and it align with this particular zone, you see, it's everything works together. It works together. Everything works together. So when you check this particular zone and you identify it out, you see it's going to respect some level at this particular trade. You see, it's going to respect those levels. So let me mark the first one, which is the area, which is the support area. You see now the market at this level now is not, it's not going on a what? On the uptrend. You see that the market is going on a what? On a downtrend, which all this area that we are marking is so very important for us to identify. Because if we don't identify those particular zone, we will not be able to know where there's going to be a rejection in the market or not. You see, so we identify that also. So we need to identify this particular zone, but we already have a support zone. You just drag that particular support zone, drag it up and down. You see the market keep on what? Keep on selling down from this particular zone. It break up this entry, it break up this what? This trend line, it break it out. You see, before it break it out, it keep on selling a zigzag. Is keep on giving us a what? A zigzag signal. When it keep on giving us a what? A zigzag signal, you can see it's what? It set down this particular market from this particular zone. You see, we have a support level here. We have a support level here. You see, between the support level, we have a trade. When it break it out, you know that it's going to stop in the next support level. It's going to stop in the next support level. So when you take it up here, you keep on spiking down here, and before it break the trend line, it what? It give us a what? A zigzag line. When the market is giving us a what? A zigzag line on a trend line, you need to identify that particular zone that the market is trying to what? Is trying to break out the market. You see, it break out the market and it reach this particular zone, but the market could not able to what? To reject this zone. It keep on what? It keep on selling up down. You see, we have a what? A downtrend on the market. We have a downtrend on the market currently. You see, it set down to this particular zone. It set down to this part and it respect this particular support level. It respect it. So what do you see there? It keep on what? Taking up a what? A trend, because we know that this market, if this market break this level, Is going on a what? On another level which we have identified here. Is going on a what? On a direct level here. You see, the market keep on respecting this support level now. Now the market is in between there and this support level. So it keep on giving us a what? A zigzag signal on this on the middle of the two. So and before you know it break out this market. He break it out for the first time and he does not have the enough strength. So it keep on giving us that zigzag till he has his enough strength to break the market out. You see, when he break it out at this particular level and you can enter your buy zone, and when you enter your buy zone, you know how much of money you will have make between here to this particular zone. You see, this analysis is very important in high time frames like 1 hour. Don't forget we are using 1 hour time frames. You know how much of money you will have got from here to this particular zone. So if you are using Trend9 to identify each particular zone as I explained in this video, believe me, you can easily take your trade on low time frames and you can be making profits every time. So let's identify that particular zone. You see, it keep on it when you get to this particular zone, it keep on rejecting it. It rejecting it until it has enough strength to pull it up. You see, it pull it up here and it's still trying to what to have enough strength to what to take it up, but it doesn't take it up because to it's going to be respecting this particular level or this particular level or this particular support level. So it break it down on the what? On the downtrend back again. You see that? It break it down on a what? On a downtrend level. So you see, it take it down before forming another what? Another uptrend. You see, all these things works together. We have a what? A uptrend at this level, which we identify to get our uptrend here. We have another uptrend here at this level, you see, which we identify, and it gives us another uptrend at this level. So you see the current market now. I've already explained this before, and we have drawn it out at the beginning of this video. So thank you very much. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe to my channel, and you can also like and comment on this video, and also you can also join our Telegram